All right, so Sophia Bavishi.
Yes.
Yeah. So we talked previously before we even started recording where that last name is from.
Yes.
And we guessed Italian. We guessed
Scandinavian.
Scandinavian. I said it right? Scandinavian.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is what was guessed.
Yeah.
But it is not. That was things.
It is
Indian.
Indian.
Yes.
Indian.
Yes.
Yeah. And we were saying Sophia, there's a lot of Sophias out there, but
The last name matters.
the last name matters. Yeah. Bavishi. And
Yes.
it has a nice ring to it. So it's a memorable name. So we'll cheers to that.
We will cheers
With
to
our
that.
LaCroix.
Sparkling waters are the best things ever, especially lime.
Yeah.
The lime or lemon one. And then sometimes you could put fruit slices in it. And
I've never done that.
it's a new thing I just tried. I like it.
How was that?
It's good. I did it by the pool. I was like, it's refreshing.
Right.
Yeah.
I've never.
Makes me feel healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many? Well, so like, what kind of fruit do you put in it?
I feel like lemons are the best.
Lemons.
Lemons. I've tried strawberries before. Strawberries
Yeah.
are good. Yeah.
Strawberries. I should try that.
Yes.
But why did you choose LaCroix? Because I asked you. Each guest has their own drink of choice. Why LaCroix?
I think or like
LaCroix,
sparkling water.
Sparkling
yeah.
water. Sparkling water.
I think it's just something like it's water, but it like somehow there's like a good flavor to it, especially if it's like a flavored one. I don't like straight up. I mean, I do like straight up sparkling, but I like when there's a flavor.
Yeah.
And it's nice to sip on. I don't feel very bad about it when I sip on it either. I could just drink so many of those.
You're getting your water intake.
I am getting my water intake,
Yeah.
which is important in Arizona.
Do you drink normal water?
I do.
How often do you? So like, do you drink more sparkling water over normal water?
I
or
drink
more-
like a 40-ounce like hydro, and then like probably like I go through like 1.5 of those,
Right.
and then this. Yeah.
Okay.
I drink
yeah.
a lot of water. I try to.
First thing in the morning, I drink like a full glass of water in the morning.
See, I know people do that. I should do that.
Yeah.
I
well-
know that there's a lot of benefits to that.
Well, when I wake up, my throat's dry, and I'm like, I just need to drink water.
I get that,
Yeah,
especially
just gulp
here.
it down.
Yes.
Yeah, I gotta stay hydrated.
You do have to. Here you have.
And it's
to.
hot right now, so
It's
stay
100
hydrated,
degrees. Like, do not take your dogs outside.
people. Not during the day, at least. But even
Put the
at,
booties on.
well, even at nighttime, it's hot.
I know,
Well,
it's
once
like-
it's deep in summer.
Yeah, because I think we're still in technically the good part of summer, I would call it.
Yeah.
It's like
it's not
as hot as it could
it's
get.
not agonizing yet.
Because there's a point, I'm not from here.
Yeah.
So there was a point, like when I moved here, like my son, I was in complete shock. I came from the Midwest and I was like, this is horrible. It was like
Yeah.
115 degrees. And I was like, this is just not right.
Where are you from?
So I was born in Illinois and then grew up mostly in Wisconsin.
Uh-huh.
So I'm a Packer fan.
Oh,
Yes,
cheesehead.
yes, I am very sad about very sad about Aaron Rodgers leaving. I am.
Now
I think he will always be remembered though as a Packer.
Oh, yeah.
He always will, like forever.
It's kind of weird that he's following the path as Brett Favre, Packer, and then Jets.
I
you
know.
Yeah.
Fun fact: I met Aaron Rodgers
You did.
as a kid when he was a rookie.
What?
I lived in Green Bay.
Well, of course. If you're living in Green Bay.
Our school got a contest, and somehow as like a little 5-year-old me, we got to meet him.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and we all were
Wow.
expecting Brett Favre though, because he was the quarterback then.
Ooh, okay.
And then he went to the Vikings.
of course.
Yeah.
Brett Favre. Come on.
Of course.
How was it meeting Aaron Rodgers?
I was really little, but all I remember is like he was really nice. Like we all got to like hug him. He was super cool, and it was just all the Packers there from what I remember. I played tennis with these two girls that their dad was, I forget his name, but he was a Packer player, and they were just the most down to earth people. Like they're so normal. They're just there doing their
Yeah.
thing, but
Just meeting
working out
people.
constantly.
Oh, yeah. That's literally
Yes.
what they get paid for is working
Literally.
out and playing on the field.
It's awesome.
Yeah, that's... You know what? Aaron Rodgers, my mom has a big crush on Aaron Rodgers. She does. Yeah. And I'm like, you know what, Mom? You have your own taste. That's good.
Yeah, go for it.
She loves his eyes. For some reason, it's his eyes. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
Well, cheers to that.
well, cheers to that.
Aaron
yes.
Rodgers' eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know what color they are.
I don't even know. Well, it's not like necessarily his color. I think it's because he has I think it's like the sad dog eyes kind of that she. I
puppy
don't know.
dog.
The dog eyes.
Yes.
Yeah. Big dog eyes. So you are a live looper.
Yes.
You are. What got you into that? Doing the looping, everything. Like what
Yeah.
got you into that?
So actually, I would say, so I just graduated from ASU, and I was in a program, Popular Music, which I was their first graduating class. So they weren't even, I did that in technically 3 years because I was in another program before that. And so my sophomore year is when it all kind of started. But sophomore year of college, I still was more dabbling in like songwriting, and I was releasing music, but I had not discovered at all live looping. I knew what Ableton was, and that's the DAW I use. And I just didn't know really what to do with it. I more used Pro Tools. That was the first thing I ever really touched was Pro Tools. And I was very confused. And then I had an intermediate production class, and my teacher, Tony Ober, he is one of the most talented people ever. He showed me Ableton and was like, this would really benefit you. So I started using it more. And then I took a live looping class with Aaron Barajin, who is actually our head program director.
Not Aaron Rodgers.
No, different Aaron. And she is the most amazing woman ever. And she is the best program director ever and has shaped it so well. And so she works a lot with live looping and doing these videos. And she even has her own company called Beats by Girls, where a lot of it was doing beats and live looping. And so I saw that and was like, wow, that's kind of cool. That's scary though. And so I started taking it, and then my teacher, Samuel, he actually started showing me like, okay, well, here's how you can do it. And then I started just playing around, was really confused at first and was like, this is hard. And then I finally just said, okay, I'm going to do it. And I just sat down and started like live looping and discovered it's so fun to perform with. Right. And that's when I realized I can use it to perform. And so I started taking the songs I already wrote and just turning those into like loops.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of went from there.
Yeah, like you've made kind of a name for yourself already performing live.
It's definitely become, I think, a thing I like. Yeah.
How was it? So we were talking before we started recording. You performed at Sip Coffee yesterday.
Yeah.
How was that?
It was awesome. I love doing this stuff because I use the Ableton Push.
Yeah.
And so my whole setup is just digital. There's nothing else. Everything runs through my laptop. Mm-hmm. So it's really cool to see other people's reactions because they have no idea what that is. Mm-hmm. And it's really cool to explain, I'm doing this in real time. Yeah. And so it's really fun.
It's definitely unique. Yeah.
It is. And I think a lot of the most fun aspect is the colors too. Oh, yeah. Because I get to, there's a lot of fun colors. And I think it's so cool for a show. My dream is to like program it to have like visuals around me. Ooh. So fun.
I've never seen you perform live yet. I need to.
I'll let you know my next shows.
Yeah, yes. I need to. I thought about going to Sip Coffee. I'm like, maybe I should make the drive out there.
It's far from you. That is very far. That's very far. Yes.
Yeah. And plus, I was working till like 8 p.m.
No worries. No worries.
Next time.
Yes. Gigs are awesome, and I just love getting to show people that there's other ways to perform.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I've listened, even though I've never seen you perform live yet, I've definitely listened to a good majority of your songs.
Yes.
And I must say, all of them are really good, but I must say my favorite one is Parking Garage.
Really?
Parking Garage, yes.
Oh, that is so funny.
Yeah. Oh. It flows so well. I love that song.
It's an underrated one, I think.
Yeah, it flows really well. Yeah.
It was one of my first I like wrote and released. So that was like one of my older batches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw it was in 2021.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, but it was written in 2020. Okay. So there was kind of a year because COVID happened. That's right. I had this whole plan. I was like, okay, freshman year of college, I'm going to maybe start trying to release. And then COVID hit midway through, and I was like, well, I don't know how to do this. Yeah. So I kind of sat on it. But yeah, I love that one. I feel it's a very like childhood and coming of age song.
Yeah. And like I said, it just flows so well. What brought that song about?
It's the Gilbert parking garage, actually. Yeah? Like the downtown Gilbert. That was a big part of it.
I knew it looked familiar.
Yes, because the parking garage, I grew up around there, like the Chandler Gilbert area. So it's just like, that's where all of us went, like just hung out. And it was like, there's like a part about smoking pot. So like back then that wasn't.
Smoking pot.
Yeah, so that back then, that's not true. But like I kind of, where I was when I wrote it, it was kind of like, well, yeah. So it just kind of turned into a song mixing like current me, past me. Yeah.
Yeah, and it would be all the way on top of the parking garage.
Literally, that one. But now it's actually, I think, cops like don't let people go up there.
I remember the last time I was there, I saw a cop just going around.
Because people would they would just drive their cars in circles up there and rev their engines, just do their thing.
Cause trouble.
They would cause trouble. That was a big part of it.
Have you ever gone in trouble from the police?
I have not.
No.
No, I have not.
Then what kind of life are you living, Sophia?
I don't know. I don't want to go in that territory, you know? We're going to keep over here good.
Yeah, keep over here good. No,
Yes.
I was just kidding. But yeah, no, yeah. So have you performed that? This might sound like a silly question, but you performed that song live, right?
I have. I used to do that more in the past. I feel I've kind of been rediscovering like more of my sound and like figuring out. I feel I have like music I release from the music I perform and trying to figure out how to integrate those two together now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I haven't performed that one in a while, but it's definitely one I feel I could add again to my set list and like put it on the push.
Yeah. And you are releasing an acoustic version of
the first song.
The first song, Yeah, We Broke Up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. June 16th. I'm excited for that one because it's like a complete full circle because I released it like when I started. I wrote it like going into freshman year of college. So it's like now this whole fun circle of it.
Yeah. So what made you want to do an acoustic version of Yeah, We Broke Up?
So my producer and I, we always just we were like, this song, it would be so fun to make it some slow down version because it was like there's a music video for it and it's just like really like upbeat song. It's set like in a little pizza diner and there's a section where I'm like with the band and it's all like jamming out. But then this one I was like, well, this could be like some kind of like jazzy, kind of not sexy, but kind of just like, you know, like smooth. And so there's a video coming with this acoustic version and it's like all pinks and like reds and it's just like this really cool vibe. Yes.
Ooh,
yes.
nice.
So I'm excited to do that. Yes. And yeah, I was just like, it'd be cool to have something stripped down with that song because it is such a fun song to sing. And it's just one I think that kind of was also an underrated one because I released it like it was my first ever song released. And so I think it definitely needs to be heard again.
Yeah. Well, when you first released it, you did get a lot of great feedback.
There was a lot of good feedback.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was definitely, it was fun.
Yeah. Which is insane because you put out your first song, your first single.
Yes.
And then a lot of people, I almost call it like your encore song.
Yeah.
Like you already have an encore song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There definitely was a good, I was surprised to even get over 1,000 streams on stuff. Like when I saw and the numbers were adding and I was like, wow, this is cool to see people actually like the music. And I was like, maybe I will keep doing it. And then I did.
So do you do other instruments?
Yes. So voice is my main instrument. And then I play piano. And then I'm like, I play guitar, but I would say it's more piano and voice for me are my main things. And now, I mean, I guess I consider the push, honestly, almost an instrument, more a piece of equipment, but that's mainly like my rig.
Yeah.
That's what I use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So will you ever consider doing like piano? Or
I used to
live?
always with gigs. That was how I used to gig was with piano, but I'm no like classically trained pianist. So I definitely more like just do like the pop kind of piano, like more chords and simple things. And so I realized how can I spice it up? And I love like I could do a band, but I realized like I wanted to see could I do it alone. And then it just kind of turned into that.
Similar to the band you had in the Yeah We Broke Up.
Yeah, it was totally
video.
A fake band actually.
Oh,
yeah, it was
okay.
a fake. Yeah, but yeah, they were all awesome. It was a very fun video to shoot.
Yeah. So you have done already quite a bit in your short music, you want to call music career, right?
Yeah.
in the last 2 years.
I think it's been 2 years, maybe once 2024 hits.
2024.
That'll be like 3 years then, yeah. Because I think 2021 is when, Yeah, We Broke Up came out around like January, February of 2021. Yeah.
So what's your goals moving forward with even this year and moving forward past this year?
EP.
An EP, okay.
Yeah, so that is the next thing. And then if I can get enough revenue off that, maybe a tour at like a small one.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind like somewhere we're on the West Coast, especially because now that I'm graduated, I'm looking to see where other places I can potentially live and maybe start to make more music in. Like I want to look at Austin, Texas is definitely a big one. New York's a dream of mine, but a very
New York, yeah.
hard dream to do.
Aaron Rodgers lives in New York now.
Well, yeah, yeah, the Jets, yeah.
Yeah. How long you been living in Arizona for?
So I moved here end of 8th grade. So I've lost, it's been a while. At least 8 years, I think.
Okay.
It has, yeah, going on 8 or at least 8 years. So I've been here for a while.
And you're still not used to the heat.
I don't do well in heat. But I also, like, humidity in Wisconsin was horrible. So my hair and skin does do a lot better here
Yeah.
than it does. Even California, my hair starts to get frizzy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Wisconsin, you said your hair got frizzy?
Oh, well, it wasn't too bad, but it was like, it was gross. Like, you would just, it was bad. But I also realized mosquitoes are just as bad here, in my opinion.
I hate mosquitoes.
I hate mosquitoes.
So
They are
much.
horrible.
Like, anytime I see them around me, I just get unnerved.
shoo 'em away.
I just shoo them away. I'm like, get out of here. My friends, we have this, it's like a tennis net, but it's like a bug zapper, but it looks like a tennis net.
See, I need one of those.
Yeah, and there's a better one that we used to use. Our other friend had it, and all he would do, might sound gross, but he would sometimes pick up the bug and drop it on the net, and it would just zap and zap and zap.
I mean, they're mean. Those things will just come at you, those mosquitoes.
Yeah,
like,
the
I don't
mosquitoes,
blame, I don't blame them.
Yeah. Well, it helps with cockroaches too, mosquitoes,
Cockroaches
and and
Bugs.
spiders.
I will say though, Arizona, it is nice from like everything else besides the heat. Like everything else is really nice here.
Everything's close by in Arizona
It
too.
is. It is close by. Like a 30-minute drive is like the most you usually have to do for places.
For
it's
anything,
not bad. Yeah.
And then like if you want to go anywhere more cooler, just up north maybe.
It's not bad. You can have it all here technically.
An hour and a half
You totally can
drive.
go to Flagstaff and just have snow.
Literally.
Pine Top, yeah.
Yeah, you have that, and then you have the music venues here. You have sporting events.
Yes, I think Phoenix is definitely going to become one of the next main places.
Kind of like the next California, huh?
Yeah, I think we're
should
already
say.
getting a lot of California here.
Yeah.
And I think we have the venues. We have a lot of people that Crescent Ballroom. It gets so many people. Like
they
Nessa
do.
Barrett played. There's so many huge people will play there, and I think it definitely like the live music aspect is huge here.
The local scene here is insane.
Awesome. It's so talented.
Yeah.
It is. Everyone is so sweet.
I feel like everyone's kind of like tight knit.
I feel like we kind of are. I feel like a lot of. It wasn't until college I realized like, whoa, this community is amazing, and I started meeting people like at gigs, and it's just everyone's so sweet.
Who are some of the local artists you've met that you've gotten to like meet and talk to and know?
I think, there are so many.
Yeah.
So one of the things I remember when I did Wednesday is something I do a lot with Crescent Ballroom.
Crescent,
yeah. And so that's where I've gotten to meet a lot of amazing artists. And I think one of my first ones I ever did, there was this band, they're called Proper Pet. I don't know if you've heard of it. Yes.
I've never heard of Proper
They're
Pet.
amazing. Like they're blowing up, and I think they're gonna become the next like big because they're technically a duo, so it's a band still. I think they're gonna be one of the next big bands to come out of here.
Gotta listen.
They are so sweet. Abigail, like the girl in it, she's amazing, and I believe Zach's his name is the other one in it. They are just so talented and so awesome. Yesterday, I did a show at Winston Williams. He's awesome. He's really talented. I'm trying to think. There's so many.
There's so many.
There's so many.
We were talking prior, the Color 8.
Yes, I met
Color
them. Prime Society.
Oh, Prime Society.
They're incredible.
Yeah. And Prime Society, they were my first interview here at the studio. Yeah, they're
is
so
so
dope.
fun.
I interviewed Shy, Jay Reed, and Miles.
Awesome. Yeah, I saw them live once, and I was like, they are incredible.
Oh, they're amazing.
They are so awesome. Yeah, we have a lot of really cool bands here.
Yeah.
It is really
And they've
fun.
only been doing it, I think, just as long as you have.
Yeah.
Since 20.
It's insane. Some of these
20,
people.
2021. Yeah, it's insane. Yeah.
And they're gonna be one of the other bands because Arizona, we have a lot of people that have come out of here.
Oh yeah.
Like Upsall, she's one from here.
Upshaw, yeah.
Yeah, she's blowing up.
Oh yeah. And you're next. You're next. You have
Fingers
insane potential, by the way.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
As long, stay consistent. You have
Yes.
insane potential.
It's definitely, I gotta just now get on the EP grind. Now that
Yeah,
I'm
the
out of
EP
school, I got time.
Oh yeah.
Just writing.
How was graduation, by the way? You graduated school and you did with popular music, right?
Yes.
Yes. So how was graduation?
It was awesome. It was definitely like weird because there was probably a good 16 of us from our major.
Yeah.
Because there was not many that graduated because we were the first cohort. So it was definitely a really bittersweet moment.
Mm-hmm.
And like our teachers were there. And so it was awesome. It was really cool. I definitely would say, because I didn't go to the big one. I just went to my Herberger one. I definitely think my high school one was almost a little more exciting in a way. Because
Really?
like everyone I think they even, because we did it in the arena. The Wells Fargo. I know it's called something else now, right?
The Wells,
Or
which arena?
Desert
Diamond
Yeah,
Arena
that. Or it's the one where the basketball, where the Suns.
Oh, the Footprint Center.
Yeah. Or no, never. I forget what it is. It's the Wells Fargo thing. I forget what they call it now. I think they changed it. It's the ASU, but I did my high school in there, and I think it was a lot more big of a deal. The Herberger one, they were just kind of like, okay, you graduated. Good for you.
Go on now. You just
Yeah,
graduated,
we didn't even move our tassel. I was like, okay, fair. But it was definitely really cool to just see like all of us did it. Then we had a little grad party after. So it was just fun to be like, we did it. Like,
Awesome.
this is it. And it's definitely, I learned a lot,
Yeah.
I will say.
How long was
My time there was 3 years.
3 years?
Yes.
Nice.
So I wish I had another year sometimes because it started as a sophomore for me.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm sure it was a grind though for those 3 years.
Yes. We got very lucky. Our advisor was very nice too for some of us because there's a good chunk of us that like it was really hard for us to get there because we were basically missing a year of the program.
Yeah.
But
Because you started in 2020?
yeah, so 2019 is when I started freshman year, and then I think 2020.
2020,
Yeah, about 20. Yeah. So that's like right when we were on Zoom. We did full Zoom my sophomore year. It was very interesting.
Because of COVID, right?
Yeah, and music classes, voice lessons, weird.
That's so weird.
It was weird.
Over Zoom. Voice lessons over Zoom.
Yeah, it was definitely.
I don't think
no
that would be the
one's
same
favorite.
compared to.
It's not because they just can't. I feel like it's so hard. No matter how good you could hook audio up to it, hook a microphone, it's still just not the same.
Yeah.
You need to see everything, see how they're moving in real time.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was definitely, but
I'm sure it was exciting once you guys were all together.
Oh my gosh, it was so weird meeting everyone. We were like, whoa. Some of us were like, we did not expect someone to be like this short or this tall. Like no one knew. It was so funny.
Because you guys only knew each other through
Literally
virtual. A screen. Yeah.
It was weird.
Wow.
It was weird, but it was.
You've come a long way.
We have, and now we're like. It's funny that I made my best friends literally on a computer first. That's kind of how we met, and now we're all here.
Technology, right, guys?
Exactly.
Technology.
It was a great time in a way. It was funny.
Well,
sometimes.
more importantly, we got to cheers to you graduating.
Yes,
right? I mean, yeah.
absolutely.
Or LaCroix, yeah.
Yes.
What else do you like to drink?
I'm back on my coffee grind again. There was a point where I was not drinking coffee, but now I like to make it. I like to do the cold foam on top.
The cold foam, yeah.
Yeah, I like matcha a lot now.
The matcha?
Yeah, that.
Matcha?
Yeah.
The foam on top.
No, so matcha's that green drink you see all the time.
Oh, I interviewed Lauren.
Lauren's so sweet. Yes.
I asked her what she wanted, and she said matcha from Starbucks.
Yes.
Were you here for that, Ben? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's a good. Do you like matcha?
Yeah.
It's good, right?
Yeah, matcha's really.
good.
Yeah, it was my first time having it.
Yeah, it's good. It took me actually a second to like it, but I realized I like coconut milk in it.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So you've heard of Lauren?
Yes, she's so talented. I forget how we met, but I met her when I was a long time ago, I think. But she's awesome. She's another one of those amazing musicians here.
She's on another level of just talent. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is insane.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's very underrated.
There's a
yeah.
lot out here that I'm like,
Yeah.
Arizona's full of these underrated musicians. And that's why I definitely think we're going to be one of those cities that just has people left and right
Yeah.
blowing up. It's going to happen.
I might be wrong, but I think like one of her first times, I'm probably wrong, but when she did Proof is in the Pudding. Yeah. The Alice Cooper.
Yeah.
showcase.
She won that, right?
I think she came in second.
Yeah.
Second, or did she win it?
I forget.
Lauren, I'm sorry. We'll have to talk about this again. Yeah. But yeah, she was in that, and she was super young when she did that too. She was like,
She's so she worked at I remember she worked at BlackRock.
yeah.
That's how that's how I would see her all the time when I was younger. That Chandler area, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like when I was in high school, I did not know many musicians. It was definitely different. It was not until college I started meeting so many. Yeah, Sydney Sprague is another one out of here. She's really talented. Yes.
I've seen her perform once, but I've never like met her.
She came to our school once,
Yeah.
and she's just so sweet.
She's
Sweet.
Yeah, from what I've heard, she's super nice.
I feel like I've never had a really bad encounter with any musician.
Yeah.
Like everyone is really nice when I go to gig or anywhere. If I have like performances where other people are there, everyone's so sweet.
They're so down to earth.
Yeah, they are, and everyone's just like always wanting to work with each other or like wanting to help someone. It's awesome.
Oh yeah, insane. Yeah, everyone, like I said, everyone's like tight.
It is. It's a tight community, and I did not realize that, and I was like, wow. Everyone knows everyone.
Everyone knows everyone.
Yeah, you'll like follow someone, and you'll see like, oh, who's following them, and you're like, whoa, we all know each other, and it's so fun. It's awesome.
So, do you have a next gig lined up yet?
I'm possibly seeing some stuff with maybe Rebel Lounge and Valley Bar, trying to figure that out. Right now, I'm just planning on working a lot with the Push and the EP and just figuring out what I want to do with it. And my goal next is I actually want to start trying to gig in like other small cities nearby. Like LA is definitely one of them I want to check out just to like, because they have a lot of venues and a lot of songwriter rounds. I definitely want to do those. So that's definitely a next step. I just got to now reach out to people. Yes.
Get yourself more out there.
Yes, because I think there's a lot of cities that are just like, I need to get out there.
Where's your favorite place that you performed at so far here in Arizona?
Ooh. I think Crescent is probably...
Crescent's amazing.
I think that's I've done it on their big stage, their patio, they're inside, they're up. I love the whole thing.
The whole venue, the whole area.
All their
just
bartenders are amazing. Everyone there is so sweet.
Even the food is great.
Yeah, everyone who runs it, everyone there. Yeah, the food is so good.
It is.
The food is so good. Like
sometimes we drive there just to eat the food and then leave.
I know, because like sometimes I thought about it, I was like, wow, I don't want a burrito from anywhere else but Crescent.
You know, it's funny. I've never gotten their burrito there.
They are so good.
My friends, they get their burritos there, but I don't. I get their Hawaiian dog.
Which one?
The Hawaiian dog.
A Hawaiian dog?
Like a hot dog.
I don't know they had those there.
They do, yeah. It's like a hot dog and they come with the side of fries.
Nice. See, that's what I'm saying. They have such unique food and it's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like Valley Bar was something I recently did with ASU. We did like a senior capstone and that was really fun.
Yeah.
I love those types of venues. Those are so cool.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. What's a venue you would like to play at that you haven't yet?
That's such a... Rebel is one of them. I've not done there yet, so I definitely do want to get on that. I think it'd be cool to do like a bigger show with... I'm trying to think. Van Buren's definitely one I would love to do.
I've heard the Van Buren is very beautiful.
Yeah, I've been there before. It's really nice.
I've never seen a show there.
I think it'd be really fun to do something over there, or like the Marquee, one of those bigger theaters.
The Marquee, yeah.
Just have, I think it'd be fun to do a lot of those.
Yeah, the Marquee's pretty great too.
Yeah, there's some.
The Van
really
Buren and
nice.
Marquee are kind of similar.
I think one's in Tempe, one's in Phoenix. That's I think the biggest.
Because they both have like the balcony on top.
Yeah.
And then I think around the same size. The venue's around the same size.
I think so too. Yeah, I think the Marquee's a little slanted, like more for the audience to. But they're all, it's awesome. So what inspires your songwriting?
So, what inspires your songwriting?
So what inspires your songwriting? So what inspires your songwriting? So what inspires your songwriting? So what inspires your songwriting? So what inspires your songwriting? So what inspires your songwriting? So what inspires your songwriting? So what inspires your songwriting? So what inspires your songwriting? So what inspires your songwriting? So what inspires your songwriting? So what inspires your songwriting? So what inspires your songwriting? So what inspires your songwriting? So what inspires your songwriting? So what inspires your songwriting? So what inspires your songwriting? So what inspires your songwriting? So what inspires your songwriting? So what inspires your songwriting? So what inspires your songwriting? So what inspires your songwriting? So what inspires your songwriting? So what inspires your songwriting? So what inspires your songwriting? So what inspires your songwriting? So what inspires your songwriting? So what inspires your songwriting everything. Life.
Everything.
Literally, I think a lot of it's my emotions. I notice I'm an emotional writer. I think as songwriters, we're very emotional. Anything can trigger us. Like, and we overthink everything. So I think a lot of it just comes with like life. Like if I'm having a bad day, I have very bad anxiety, so sometimes like writing about that in the moments or something. And like the relationships, I feel a lot of that's just like with life experiences. And I feel like a lot with songs they come from moments.
Yeah.
Like sometimes like if I get in a fight or something, it'll be like from that moment, and then like the next day I'll be fine. But it's like that's what a song is. You create a moment.
It's therapeutic.
It is.
Yeah.
It's I think one of the best forms of therapy. I've noticed whenever I'm like emotional or sad or upset or anything, just like writing out what I felt in some form helps.
Yeah, it literally gets your feelings out there, and then it's crazy too when you look back at a song, you'll think, "Oh my God, that's what I was feeling back then." Or
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
It's like time traveling. It's
It
crazy.
is. It really is. It's an art form, and I love it because I feel like it also in a way is kind of like poetry or
It
creative.
is, yeah.
You could
People that are just poets and write down.
Yeah.
It's
We
insane.
just kind of go by a little different rules, I think, sometimes, or no rules. We just do our thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you sometimes just play like with your what is it called?
The push.
The push.
Yeah.
You just like play and like
Yes.
try
That's
to come up with an instrumental and
Yeah, that's kind of what's been happening recently since I've discovered it. It's just now figuring out how do I write with this? Because I've noticed it helps me with writing. Because I notice when I come up with melodies sometimes, I'm just like, okay, well, where do I go with that? I want to find good chords with it, but I need to spice it up. And so I'm finding like the push, like it's nice because there's a lot you can do. And they just came out with a push 3, which is so cool because now it's standalone. So you don't even need your laptop.
Ooh.
And that's such a big deal because laptops, it is so scary because those things will just crash.
Yeah, like randomly sometimes,
Yeah, they'll glitch or they'll start like your CPU will start spiraling and your computer will start heating up. It's insane.
That's why some people probably have 10 laptops, maybe backup laptops.
They do actually. A lot of people, I found out a lot of musicians have 2 laptops. Like even one to run like background visuals, one to maybe control something else, one to control this.
Do you have more than one laptop?
No, I just have one.
Just the one.
I've highly thought in the future. I've definitely thought about it, but I think right now, no.
You're fine now.
They're so expensive. Like it's a laptop.
That was like
I can't.
a decent one's already like $1,100.
Yeah, and unfortunately, you probably do want a pretty good one that won't crash. Yeah.
That's why you got to back everything up though too. Use a drive.
Yeah, I know. That's a big thing. It's like external drives.
Yeah.
Keep it on there. Yes.
So what does Sophia Bavishi like to do outside of music?
I love working out.
Yeah.
I definitely think that's like something I really love doing. I did dance as a kid because I did musical theater. That was like that's totally my background in music. But that was kind of like my biggest thing. I was like, yeah, I dance. And then I did like rock climbing as a kid and tennis, but I never was competitive. So I never really played a sport. But I noticed when I got more, and I did track a little, but I noticed when I got into college, I was like, wow, I want to just get in shape. I want to work out. But then I found it wasn't about trying to lose weight at that point. I realized I actually enjoyed it, and I did it to feel good. So it's just become this thing where I just like love doing it. I love to see like
the progress.
Probably. And I think it's cool to like be able to like squat more than a guy or something. It's cool to like
you probably definitely
feel powerful.
Squat way more than me because I don't do legs or none of the lower body at all. I'm just lazy with that.
It's fun. I love it. I think it's like it's therapeutic in a way, and it's a good way to release emotion for me and all that while resting my creativity side because sometimes I need a break because if I'm only being creative, I've noticed I burn out. It is
I
a
feel like
thing.
it'd be easy to have a mental burnout if you're just constantly.
It is, and then you start to overthink it. You're like, is this even right, what I'm saying? Does this make sense? So working out definitely clears my mind, and it just, I love it.
What kind of workouts do you like to do?
Definitely, like, I like to lift. I really like lower body, like your typical split, like push, pull, legs, back, all those.
All the above.
Yes, but then I also really enjoy cardio, but I enjoy different forms of cardio. I love hiking when it's not 100 degrees.
Yeah.
I love Stairmasters, weirdly enough. I started finding my passion again for it. Running is
For some reason, I like running.
interesting.
I could
Long
do it.
distance or short?
Both.
Okay,
Kinda, yeah.
yeah.
So I could do treadmill for between 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes and not
Okay.
feel bad about it.
love
Like I
that,
like
yeah.
doing it. And if I'm jogging just in the neighborhood, I could
Outside is, I love that.
outside is great. And then like
Yeah.
you said with the hiking too and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I find, nature's another one. So like, yeah, hiking, I know like I said working out, but hiking's a big one.
Hiking is
It's just outdoors. I'm a very outdoorsy person. I love nature.
What was Wisconsin like? Yeah, what was 'cause
Yeah.
obviously a lot of people like it's cold, right? Like it's cold there.
Yeah. So where my house was, so I kind of lived all over Wisconsin, but
Yeah.
I landed in Madison at like towards the end. That's where I like lived the longest. But all throughout, like it's definitely like more fieldy. It really is more fieldy, like plains and stuff of like just corn, manure, all that stuff. Like it really is
All that fun stuff.
kind of how you picture. There are farms everywhere. There are cows everywhere. Like
Yeah.
yes, they're making cheese everywhere.
Of
But
course the cheese.
exactly.
Yeah.
But it definitely it gives me partial like a little East Coast vibe, just like from the nature aspect, but it's definitely more farm. It has that farm feel, that Midwest feel there too,
Yeah.
though. Where my house was by like near a cornfield and a farm actually.
Oh,
So like
interesting.
whenever it snowed, like we would kind of cross across the fence and go into the cornfield. Like there was snow. Like
Yeah.
it would get bad. Like school would be canceled all the time. Like there was a point where I think we actually had to make up days
Because you missed
because
them?
we missed so many days of school due to snow. And they only give you so many days off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
It got brutal. Like there's been points where it's gotten to well below like -20. Like I know there's definitely like cold. Like Illinois is just as cold, if not colder. Minnesota too, but it's like it gets
You
bad.
moved around a lot, haven't you?
I have my dad. Yeah, he's a doctor, so we kind of moved around.
Oh,
Yeah,
gotcha.
they left me here when I graduated from high school and went to Kentucky for a job.
Oh.
But
so-
now they're all coming back. It's a very
Oh,
back
okay.
and yeah, but I think
Yeah.
because they love it here, like they love it here.
Yeah, Arizona's amazing. Yeah.
It is. I've grown to love it. I was very upset when I had to move because I actually loved Wisconsin.
Yeah.
I had a soft spot for it. I think I just like loved where I grew up. I kind of didn't really know anything else but the Midwest. And coming here, I was like, it was such a shock. I was like, these houses do
It's
not.
like night and day.
Yeah, like the houses here, compared to how they look there, like they're just different styles.
Yeah.
It's such a different style. And I was like, whoa, where's the upstairs? Where's the basements? Very different.
No basements here.
Oh my gosh, that was a bummer. But also there weren't many pools in the like Wisconsin area because why would you
Well,
have?
it's always cold there.
You basically would have to build your own. No, nothing.
Maybe a heated pool, maybe. Well, and then that's why there's jacuzzis and stuff. but,
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, I think I knew like one friend there that had a pool out of every one I knew.
Really?
Yeah, it
When
was-
did they even use it?
Barely. I think it was heated actually,
Yeah.
and that was why. And then you would step outside and you're like, oh my gosh, icicle.
So you love Arizona.
I do.
But are you gonna eventually? You don't see Arizona long term living here?
I don't.
No.
I definitely think. I think I could come back. I definitely think that would probably happen. But I think right now I need to go venture off and see other places, other experience, meet other people, like network more.
How does that work? Like, because I've lived in Arizona my
Yeah.
whole life, so
Okay,
all
okay,
my
yeah.
friends are here.
Yeah.
How does that work? If you've moved around a lot, so how do you maintain your relationships? How do you keep relationships?
It's a good question. I think a lot of
Friends
this.
and boyfriends.
Yeah. So I think. Yeah, I think a lot of my friends who've lived, because yeah, my boyfriend, he's here. Like we met here, but I think all of my other friends, we just like occasionally like the Snapchat or like Instagram. I think a lot of
Yeah.
it's Instagram, and so there's a couple of people in Wisconsin I know. Like if I could just hit them up and be like, hey, let's meet up.
Yeah.
It's like those friends that like, yes, you don't talk all the time, but you still are there.
It's easy to catch up after.
Yeah. And I've met a lot of people just like over like online friends. It kind of, some people become online friends. So a lot of it's just, it would be scary to go to, I think, a city I don't know anyone in, but I'm realizing it's okay. Like, I feel like I know like a lot of people somehow, like someone, like a family friend will be there somehow. My best friend's brother lives out in Denver now. So I'm like,
wow.
there's someone out in Denver. I know people in LA. One of my friends has a friend in Austin who's now like becoming like all of our friends. So it's just like all this whole connection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know people from all
We're trying to get there. Nashville's one, I think. I don't know if I really know it, but my mom is still in Kentucky because they're in the process of moving back here. So they're not, I could stay there and then go to Nashville, but it's like I don't know anyone there. I think that's the one city I need to meet people.
So when your parents move here, you're gonna move out.
I think it's gonna happen again. I think they left, I stayed, and now they're coming back, and I'm gonna leave. I think that's just how we're gonna keep doing it.
What is it like not having regular contact with your parents?
It was weird. And I think, though, a lot of it, I was like, this isn't also weird, though, because my boyfriend, he's from Pennsylvania, so his family wasn't here. So I was like, okay, well, that's kind of normal. But then all my other friends, all their family was here. So I was like, wait, I feel left out. So it was definitely a little odd. But I realized, well, what if I went out of state? I thought about going out of state. I just didn't because I ended up getting a full ride. So I was like, it makes sense. But it definitely was hard at times. And I definitely missed them. But they always were welcoming to come home. They always would fly me out if I ever needed to. They made sure to come out here. It definitely was just hard if I needed something or something happened. I remember my tire blew out and I was like, oh my God, like, oh, I need my dad right now. And but we have so many good family friends here. Like they have like their best friends are here and they're like my family. So I'm like, I definitely felt like I had people here, but it definitely like, I miss them. Some days I was like, I miss my mom.
Yeah. Yo mama.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
I can't imagine going. Like, I don't know, like, because I've, obviously, like I said, I lived in Arizona my whole
here
life.
too.
My family,
yeah.
I can't imagine going more than probably 2 or 3 weeks without seeing my parents. Well, mainly my dogs.
Oh, well, that's why I miss my dogs.
I'm kidding, Mom and Dad, I'm kidding.
I miss my dogs. That's a big one. My 2 dogs at home. So definitely, and it's hard because I have a little brother too. Yeah. So it's definitely like hard missing those things, like seeing him growing up because now he's going into his senior year of high school, and I'm like, wow, we were at very opposite times, but they could have been here, but it worked out very well.
Yeah.
It was really nice because they're in Kentucky, and everyone hates on it, and I get it. I so get it. But they lived in Lexington, and
Why do people hate on Lexington?
I think it's more because it's the South. Kentucky. They just kind of like put those two together and are like, but honestly, Lexington was beautiful. So the nature, the trees, the horses. Oh my gosh, like driving around there was so nice. So definitely I realized it was a great thing in a way because I was able to get away from here. I was able to just have my own space. Yes. And I was able to get a basement over there.
A basement, yeah.
Yes.
Something that you seem to still miss.
I love basements.
I've never been inside a place that has a basement, I don't think. I feel like it's really hard here. I feel like people have done it here, maybe. I think you have to look, but there's homes I think that do have basements here.
But it's hard to do
rare.
that. Also, you're going to deal with a lot of bugs.
That too. Ooh,
like scorpions.
Oh, yeah.
That's something I wish was not here.
Scorpions.
Yes.
Mosquitoes. Spiders.
I know everyone's like, Arizona doesn't have mosquitoes. They do.
They do.
We do.
It gets bad.
It gets so bad. So bad.
It's even worse when you're sleeping and then you're woken up by a mosquito just buzzing around your ear.
That's what I'm saying. Everything around it. Yeah. There's bugs too. Yeah.
Yeah. Ugh. Write a song about bugs.
Honestly, maybe, because I hate bugs. I hate them.
Yeah, write a song how much you hate bugs.
A bug's life.
Yeah, bug's life. So if you whenever you do come out with an EP, is there a name for your EP that you've thought of yet?
Not quite yet, But I definitely, my goal is to have somehow like they kind of intertwine. I'll have an EP released and then another maybe EP in the future or something. And I want everything to make sense and match. I want it to be a story. The story's evolving and stuff. I really love when artists have albums that like it's kind of evolving.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Like it all fits together.
It fits in. It's not like just random like sad love. Like there's something that connects them. I want to and I'm trying to figure that out. I think that's kind of what I'm just doing because I really want it to be a story.
What's your favorite? Well, I'm sure it's just how you're feeling in the moment when you're writing these songs, but what do you catch yourself the most writing about, more so like regarding moods? Sad, happy, anxiety? Like what do you write about the most?
I think anxiety.
Anxiety?
Yeah. Or like a sad song. I think a lot of my song, like it's so easy to write about sad stuff because like it hits really hard. So I'm trying to definitely work on some upbeat stuff because I think it's possible. It's just you got to do it right when you're.
Well, we broke up. That's upbeat.
That is a upbeat. I think that's one of my. Yeah, we broke up. Parking garages too. Okay, I do have upbeats, but like, you know what I mean.
Oh yeah. What? Forgive me for not remembering the name of the song, but I saw the music video.
Yeah, Rain.
Where it's raining.
Rain.
Is it called Rain?
It's called Rain.
Oh my gosh, duh.
Yes.
I could just, all I have to do is think of the visual.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So what brought that song about?
That song was about just like a relationship like long ago in high school and everything, and just kind of like the whole being with someone but like not being with them and just still being able to like remember those like good parts, but at the same time just like reminisce, but know like you're moving on, even if it's hard. And it's just like the whole idea was like the rain, like the scene of like Rain sitting in a bedroom and like it raining, and that's kind of like how it built upon that. And then we came up with this idea to like actually have it rain in the music video. And it was quite an experience to film that because it was actual water, a lot of it.
You looked drenched.
I was actually fully drenched. And that was an air mattress too. Like it was definitely, I was freezing, but it turned out so amazing and I loved it. And I love it to this day. And it was so fun to film. It was definitely like, because my best friend, his name is Carter. He was in the video. He played, I guess like you call it like the significant other in the video. Yeah. So it was so funny because like he did not expect that we were going to get wet, and I forgot to tell him, and we just got drenched. And this water was not, and this was during like our winter too. The water was not warm. It was like ice cold. I remember we had to do it in a couple takes because I was like shaking.
So you probably couldn't even focus
and
on the
I was
video.
Actually singing too because I like you have to sing during the music video so it actually looks realistic. And I remember like we grabbed me towels and then like I had a heater and I was just like so cold, but it was so fun. And it was definitely a messy cleanup because there was a lot of water.
I'm sure it was very memorable too.
Oh, it was. Yeah. It's still, I love it to this day. Like it was so fun to shoot, and I love the place I did it. I was like this warehouse, and it was so fun. That's where I actually did my next videos. I'm going to be coming out with stuff, and it's just, I love doing it. Music videos I found are something I really like, and I think it's the acting behind it.
The acting.
I think it's the acting and the storytelling.
The storytelling, the visuals of the music videos.
So fun.
Awesome, yeah.
It's awesome.
Especially if there's a story in it. Oh, God, like you said, the storytelling.
And I think that's what's fun about music videos is a lot of the times, like, with the song, you hear, like, the overall message, but what's the story? And I think that's what's cool about music videos is, like, a creative director coming up with it.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't do a music video for Parking Garage.
I feel like I could always go. I know. I was younger when all those happened, so I feel like I would love to go back. Like Fragile Hearts one, I would love to do like an angsty video.
Yeah.
I think that would be fun.
Break your fragile heart. Yeah, okay, yeah.
It'd be fun. It'd be fun.
Yeah. So what does the future for Sophia look like?
Yeah. Definitely just getting it all together. Am I allowed to cuss on here?
Yeah, shit.
Yeah, I'm getting all my shit together.
Get all your shit together, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we cussed yet. That was probably our first time. Yeah.
I wasn't sure,
Yeah.
But I think definitely the future looks like lots of I'm really hoping. My goal is to do like some, not like raves, but more like festivals.
Yes.
You know, like that.
Yeah.
In a way, because what I do in a way is partially DJing. I realized it kind of is like with the knob turning. There is
The knob
some
turning buttons, all that.
exactly.
Yeah.
So what do you, I think in the future, I think festivals are going to be in there. I definitely think the EP, and I think eventually, probably like a year or so down the road, like a small type of tour would happen.
Yes.
Whether it be like in Arizona or like Arizona, LA, and Nevada, like some type of thing.
Yeah. Because this is your passion, right? This is what you...
And I think I'm like live looping is what I'm continuing with. Ableton, I my goal is to definitely work with them.
Right.
That is a big goal of mine, is to work with them. I want to continue getting on their radar and just keep going.
Just keep going.
Yeah, it's game time.
What can fans expect when they see you live, especially if they haven't seen you perform yet? Like for me, example.
So a lot of what I do, as I said, live looping, which is just,
yes. Yeah.
if anyone doesn't know, it's just like taking some type of like instrument, note or anything, and it just starts repeating itself. This could be a phrase, anything. So a lot of what I do, I think some of it's like, I do like a lot of ambient stuff, kind of in the intros of my sets. So a lot of it's some like sound design is what I have. And then I use like a vocoder to like it's a harmonizer that does this cool, weird stuff with my voice. And so that's kind of how I usually start it. Then the transitions, I do a lot of transitions. So I do a lot of fade ins and outs with my songs. So it's all smooth. So that's where the DJ aspect comes in. And a lot of it is just like me live looping all the instruments. I'll have some of the foundation already produced on my own, already in Ableton. I'll have like the drums usually pre-tracked. And so then I'll live loop a lot of it. I'll do my vocals. I do a lot of harmony stacking. A lot of it is just like, it's an ambient, it's a fun time, and it's cool. And I think it's definitely rad. And I do a lot of originals, but I like to do covers that are like kind of different. I'm definitely a Sia fan. That's
Sia,
like something I really like to do. Portishead is one. I love performing their stuff just because it's so loopable.
So who do you like to cover the most? Sia?
Yeah. So
Just
Sia and Portishead. Portishead became a huge one like a year or two ago. Sia's always been a lifelong, like I love her. I think her music, she's a really talented writer. I think, though, one of the biggest one now, Melanie Martinez. She totally rebranded herself.
I don't think I know Melanie Martinez.
She did. She was on The Voice for a bit. She did like Cry Baby. She had some popular songs.
Okay.
You'll have to look her up.
Yeah, I'll look her up, yeah.
And she basically developed, like, she changed her brand completely.
Wow.
Which is why I also find this so unique. And it's just... She started from, like, her Crybaby era to the K-12, then also now it's this album called Portals, where she is basically, her old version, like, died, and she's back from the dead, and now in this new transformation.
Interesting, okay.
It's interesting. So it's stuff,
I'll have to check her out.
Yeah, her music is really cool, and I definitely like the style and stuff.
Yeah.
And then Billie Eilish, of course.
Billie Eilish,
it's just a good vibe to put in there.
Yeah.
That's where the vibe comes in.
Do you consider those artists also like inspirations?
Yes, especially like Sia's a really big inspiration for me. I think that's where a lot of like my style comes from, and I definitely like singing wise too, because I think my range is no one's as close to hers, but like not at all. But I think I like singing her songs. It definitely suits my range most of the time.
It's a good test too for you to see if you could. Yeah.
And it's fun to play around with because she's not in. It's not easy, her songs.
Yeah. She's
a beast.
Anything else you'd like your fans to know before we end this interview?
Yeah. I think just, check out the music. I got some stuff coming up. I have a couple videos I'm going to release. I'm going to be doing more live looping videos that I have coming out soon. We broke up June 16th. So thanks for having me.
You're on everything, Spotify.
Yeah, everything, all like major, I'm pretty sure all streaming platforms
YouTube.
Under Sophia Bavishi. Yeah, YouTube, that's where you'll find
Remember
the
name,
videos.
Sophia Bavishi.
Yes, Bavishi.
And remember where the last name's from.
Yes, important. So thanks
very
for having me.
Yeah, well, cheers.
Cheers to
one last
that.
time.
Yes.
Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
All right. Woo.